For quite a long time, race has been a factor that has contributed to the diminished capacity of all students, and especially the growing number of students of color in schools across the country. And in that same amount of time, it's been a challenge for educators to discover ways to effectively grapple with situations of race and to understand how it is that being able to talk about race and being able to effectively address racial achievement disparities is actually a hallmark for creating democratic schools. So I'm looking forward to my return to Learning Forward after several years and an opportunity to represent and reposition the Courageous Conversation Protocol, which is a guided practice for educators to effectively address issues of racial disparity as they show up not only in achievement, but across many indicators in schools. So in our session, we will actually dissect that protocol and give participants an opportunity to practice using it. Not only using it to discover their own personal narratives about race and how those narratives show up in places from the classroom to the boardroom, but also they will be able to see how that protocol and effective use of that protocol enables them to have a more productive conversation about student achievement. In the keynote session, while we won't be able to practice as much, it will be an opportunity to not only see that protocol, understand how that protocol works, but I will also give examples of how the protocol has been effectively used in school systems across the United States to eliminate racial achievement disparities. Well, I think back to 2002, I believe, when my relationship with then the National Staff Development Council, now Learning Forward, began. And this is a moment that I look upon quite proudly, as not only did I learn a great deal about how to orchestrate, facilitate, design effective professional learning for educators, but this was also the first platform where my work was embraced, where it was taken to a level that enabled the work that we see today, not only in the United States and in education, but around the world and in a variety of sectors outside of education. This same courageous conversation work has enabled school systems and city governments and the advertising industry to become more effective in addressing the ways in which race challenges our greatest potential and our best outcomes. And so Learning Forward for me has always been that platform where some of the most talented and the most creative and the most curious educators assemble to discover what are the cutting edge ways, the most innovative practices and approaches for getting at some of the more difficult challenges that we've faced in our systems of education. As I look at my calendar this year, approaching December and returning to the Learning Forward conference is definitely a highlight and a hallmark. So I'm really looking forward to reconnecting with a lot of friends and colleagues that I've worked with over the past 2.5 decades. And I'm very hopeful that not only those who are familiar with this work, but those who have never heard of this work will take a bold step and come join me. I'm really looking forward to meeting you, and I'm looking forward to helping you to see how this work can actually accelerate those outcomes and indicators that we've been focused on for so long.